Albany Municipal Civil Service Commission. Today is January 19th. In attendance today, Thomas McNaughton, Michael Cassidy. Commissioners will be joined by Linda Jackson-Chalmers, Commissioner, in about 15 minutes. She had a conflict. Philip Banaszak, City of Albany City of Albany Assistant Corporation Counsel, Tatiana Diaz, City of Albany Human Resources Generalist, and Talani Elumade, City of Albany Human Resources Director. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mike, did you happen to read the minutes from December 29th meeting?
Yes, move to approve.
Seconded, passed. Before we get into agenda item number 3, I'd like to repair to executive session with Ms. Diaz, Ms. Elumade, Commissioners Cassidy, McNaughton, and Mr. Banaszak, please.
And admin services is going to go ahead and help us to put that.
That's fine. Thank you. Tatiana, can you send Linda Jackson-Chalmers a note saying we're in executive session in case she joins us midway through?
I will, yes.
Thank you.
I think we're all set, but I think you're muted, Tom.
I was, that's too bad. I was really very eloquent. As I said, while I was muted, nobody heard, this is the January meeting of the Albany Municipal Civil Service Commission. And the meeting is called to order again. Approval of the minutes from the December 29th meeting have been accepted by Commissioners Cassidy and McNaughton. On to agenda item number 3, report of appointments to the competitive, non-competitive, exempt, and labor class. The Civil Service Office reported on the following permanent appointments in the competitive class. Owen Finger, Library Clerk, Albany Public Library, 8/21/21. Daniel Barker, Librarian 2, Albany Public Library, 12/19/21. Vincent Thompson, Director of School Security, Albany School District, 12/23/21. The Civil Service Office reported on the following permanent promotions in the competitive class. Megan DePaula, Human Resources Generalist 3, Albany Police Department, 1/1/22. Civil Service Office reported on the following provisional appointments in the competitive class. Abdul Gross, Hall Monitor, Albany School District, 11/19/2021. Kevin Parker, Hall Monitor, Albany School District, 11/19/2021. Emily Wilworth, Senior Library Clerk, Albany Public Library, 12/19/2021. Alexandra Storm, Tamir Davis Kimbrough, Malachi Brooks, Dominic Injegni, and Tony Garcia, all telecommunications specialists, all with the Albany Police Department, all on 12/20/21. Mustafa Abdullah, telecommunications specialist, Police Department, 12/26/2021. William Levine, City Arborist, Department of General Services, 1/1/22. Justin Epstein, Communications Coordinator, Department of General Services, 1/1/2022. Molly Powers, Information Clerk 3, Department of General Services, 1/1/2022. Justin Shivalbean, Operation Manager, Water and Water Supply, 1/1/2022. Timothy Finnegan, Safety and Training Coordinator, Department of General Services, 1/1/2022. Trent Shaver, Water Treatment Plant Maintenance Supervisor, Water and Water Supply, 1/3/2022. Nikki Jones, Purchasing Agent, Department of Administrative Services, 1/24/2022. Civil Service Office reported on the following provisional promotions in the competitive class. Jackie Beatty, Information Clerk 3, Department of General Services, 1/1/2022. Civil Service Office reported on the following non-competitive class appointments. Isaiah Kane, Laborer 1, Department of General Services, 5/27/2021. Corey Lee, Laborer 3, Department of Water and Water Supply, 12/13/2021. Scott Lasher, Boxing Aide, Department of Recreation, 1/1/2022. The Civil Service Office reported on the following labor class appointments. Lisa Burdine, Food Service Helper, Albany School District, 8/31/2021. Daquan Johnson, Custodial Worker, Albany School District, 11/1/2021. Victoria Ruiz, Custodial Worker, Department of Recreation, 12/6/2021. Simon Robinson, Recreation Aide, Department of Recreation, 1/1/2022. Dara Thomas, Recreation Aide, Department of Recreation, 1/1/2022. Establishment of eligible lists. Engineer, Tatiana, you're up. Don't we have, do we have the list there? I'm sorry, we do. I was just looking at it. Well, the only list I see is for recycling specialist. I'm sorry, no, above that. With two applicants scoring on that, both with an 80, I make the motion that we accept the list. Commissioner Cassidy.
Sorry, Tom, you broke up. Can you repeat that?
I make the motion, we accept the list for engineer.
Second.
Passed and carried. Recycling specialists. Two,
And that's
Yeah.
also two candidates, list number 64922. I can read the resolution for both lists if you would like.
no, for both lists, no, that's fine. I think we got it.
Okay,
I make the
Perfect.
motion, to accept the list.
Second.
For engineer, passed and carried. Creation of new job specifications, Director of Human Resources. Now you're up, Tatiana.
okay, so actually both the positions that are on are for the Albany Public Library. Their current, they have a retiree or someone that's retiring out. That's currently the Human Resources and Finance Manager. They created two new job specs, Director of Human Resources and Director of Finance, because the duties have changed and they're reorganizing the business office department. So they're moving all the finance duties under the Director of Finance and all the human resource duties under the position of Director of Human Resources. And the change is happening because the current Human Resource and Finance Manager is retiring in early March.
Okay, I'm gonna make the motion, we accept both positions.
Second.
Passed and carried. Okay, on to agenda item number 6, firefighter list 63-185 non-selections. Not recommended for hire. Two candidates.
Yes, and those were sent over to the commission.
Right. So we're going to use initials on this, if that's okay. So first firefighter candidate, we'll use DM as the initial. I understand there's a, is there anybody, is that individual, does he wish to, we've gotten some written submissions, does that individual wish to address the commission?
So that's item number 7, which is the appeal, but the
Oh, I'm
ones
sorry.
listed here, I can provide the initials is MS and NK.
Okay, my apologies. I jumped the shark on that. So I make the recommendation that we uphold the the non-selection.
Second.
Okay. For all of those.
Okay,
Okay. We recognize that 2 candidates withdrew. That'll be reflected in the minutes. Agenda item 7, firefighter list 63-185 appeal. We have 1 candidate who is appealing his non-select. Is that candidate in the audience? Is he wishing to address? I know he submitted something in writing.
Good evening. I am here. I feel like my submission in writing is probably the best opener I have, or best reflects my comments. But I'm certainly able to discuss any of that or go into anything further you'd like.
No, that's fine. We have your written submission in the file, sir, and I respect your decision. Commissioner Cassidy, do you have any questions?
No questions from me.
No questions for me. I make the motion that we uphold the non-select.
Second.
Passed and carried. Okay, that brings us to old business. Do we have any old business, Tatiana?
none to report at this time.
Okay, thank you. Under the agenda item, new business. Residency exemption request for exam 63-185, the current round of hiring. Talani, do you care to address this?
Sure. Thank you, commissioners. So I'm requesting a residency exemption for 3 candidates that are currently in our hiring pool. They live in our contiguous counties of Saratoga, Columbia, and Rensselaer, respectively. I'm requesting this due to an administrative error that was on the last exam notice, to which the candidates did take the test under. It currently states that the residency requirement allowed for contiguous counties to take the exam, but omitted the condition of employment, which is to have an Albany County address. Because these candidates do live in these contiguous counties currently, and they were under the assumption that the exam notice extended to the condition of employment, I am requesting that these 3 candidates continue to go through the hiring process and be hired under these their current addresses, excuse me.
Okay, just to be clear, I read I had an opportunity to review the posting from 1/29/21. And in fact, doesn't it say that the residency requirements have been eliminated for this exam without much qualification?
Correct, and there was some confusion as to where the residency lied, and it was specifically for the exam announcement and not the condition for employment.
That's fine. Do you have a proposal to address those people outside the contiguous counties?
Sure. So for the people that I'm requesting the exemption for, they do live in the contiguous counties. We also reached out to them to advise that they do have up until 6 months to either move into the counties or to provide us addresses within the county limits.
Okay, so we'll be doing that to people beyond the contiguous counties, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. I really don't, I think it's great that we're trying to, be as fair and equitable to the parties that took the time to take the test. We readily admit that an error was made, certainly not intentional, but it's one we can correct to some degree. I think that's a great move on your part, Talani. You guys should be commended. Your office should be commended. I'm sure you consulted with Corp Counsel on this. We're on firm footing.
Thank you. We did.
Commissioner Cassidy, I would make the recommendation that we make the motion that we accept that
Second.
temporary adjustment. And just to be clear, that residency requirement change is only for the extent of this particular list, correct?
Correct. It's for this current round only.
That's fine. Okay. Okay, then that is passed and carried. On to Albany Public Library Residency Exemption Request for continuous recruitment exam for library clerk.
I'll take that. So the library is requesting that the residency of Albany City Residency be suspended for about 3 months. They're having difficulties filling the vacancy. The last canvas they received for library clerk, and I know that they have usually have trouble filling it on a part-time basis as well. The last eligible list that we sent them only had 2 interested candidates willing to accept. Civil service says 3 or more candidates are a mandatory list. So they're having a hard time filling these vacancies with the candidates that are willing to accept the positions.
Mike? Commissioner Cassidy?
Sorry, Tom, I'm getting a lot of feedback here.
Did you hear that rationale?
I got most of it.
Okay,
Only sent 2 names
right.
willing to accept. Yep.
I would make the motion, we accept it and we approve that.
Second.
Okay, that's passed and carried. So before we adjourn and schedule the next meeting, there is some concern we may have to have a meeting before that. Tatiana, could I ask you to query the fire department and see if that would be, we welcome Linda Jackson Chalmers. You're getting here at the back end of it, Linda. Thank you. You're just here in time for the adjournment. Can you ask fire, get an opinion from them, whether we need to have that meeting? I don't know. If,
The meeting would be to hear any appeals if any of the non-selections from this meeting that were upheld decide to appeal.
right, so even if they appeal, what my concern is, or my question is, even if they choose to appeal, and we hear it in expedited fashion, is it required for them, do we need to meet in 10 days or 2 weeks to get them in? I don't know that we can get them in by the 4th anyway. So is there a way, if their appeals are successful, is there any way that the department could put them on? I know they've sent people out to Utica when there was a higher in between classes. Is that available, or is that available to them, these particular candidates? I guess that's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, I'll ask the fire department.
That's fine. Let's just get an opinion on that before we, before we decide to schedule another meeting. And as it stands now, the next regular meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, February 23rd at 4:30 p.m. We'll continue in Zoom fashion until such time as the opening meeting laws no longer allow that. We have any other new business from commissioners?
None from me.
Okay. Well, thank you. That adjourns the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.